Hey there, let's talk about these beautiful birds you probably never knew existed. 5. Gouldian finch. The Gouldian finch is a colorful bird that lives in Australia. They are small songbirds that belong to the same family as the zebra finch and the society finch. The Gouldian finch was described by British ornithologist John Gould in 1844 as Goudia in honor of his deceased wife, Elizabeth Gould. She was a talented natural history illustrator, and the bird was initially referred to as the Lady Gouldian finch. Specimens of the bird were sent to him by British naturalist Benjamin Binot, although they had been described some years before by French naturalists Jacques-Bernard Hambron and Jacquina. It is also known as the rainbow finch. Goulds, fincher, sometimes just Gould. The Gouldian finch is sister to parafinches in the genus HOUNDRURAN. Gouldian finches are native to northern Australia, in particular the Kimberley and Northern Territory. Prior to the Australian government's ban on the export of Australian fauna, Gouldian finches were exported worldwide, which has resulted in viable captive breeding populations being held in many countries. They have a lifespan of 4 to 6 years in the wild and up to 10 years in captivity. The adult finches reach a length of 4.3 to 5.9 inches and weigh around 1.4 ounces. They are sexually dimorphic, which means the females and males have different colors. The males can have one of 3 color variations: black, red, or yellow, and each variation has a white throat and belly and a different colored head. Females are generally duller than the males, but they still have beautiful golden wing bars and a yellow rump patch. They live in open woodlands and feed mainly on grass seeds, but will also eat fruit, leaves, and insects. When threatened, they often resort to a display of aggression, puffing out their feathers and bobbing their heads rapidly from side to side. But if that doesn't scare off the predator, they will then resort to a distraction display, where they feign injury and limp away with a hop, skip, and a jump. 4. HOUNDRURAN emerald. The Honduran emerald is a medium-sized hummingbird that lives in Honduras, Nicaragua, and northern Venezuela. It inhabits lowland forests and plantations and feeds mainly on nectar and the flower's pollen. Occasionally, they will also catch insects. They are sexually monomorphic, meaning the females and males look alike. They reach a length of 3.5 to 4.5 inches and have an average wingspan of 14 inches. They are known for being very territorial and aggressive towards other hummingbirds, sometimes even attacking the much larger male ruby-throated. They have also been observed defending their feeding sites against lizards, bees, and butterflies. In one case, a Honduran emerald was seen carrying a dead leaf in its beak, which it dropped into a patch of sunlight. Then it proceeded to rub its body all over the leaf, taking in the warmth. It stayed there for 10 minutes until the leaf began to wilt and shrivel up. 3. Keel-billed toucan. The keel-billed toucan is a large bird that lives in the tropical rainforests of Central America. They are named for their large, broad, and flattened bill, which is 6 to 8 inches long. The upper mandible of the bill is smooth and edged with bristles, while the lower mandible has numerous fine transverse, striate grooves. Their diet consists mainly of fruit, but they will also eat insects, reptiles, amphibians, eggs, and small mammals. To attract mates, the males perform elaborate courtship displays that include bowing, bill clattering, feather ruffling, and copulating dances. Once a pair bonds are formed, they are known for being monogamous and often form strong pair bonds that last for several years. They are also very affectionate and often engage in mutual grooming. Keel-billed toucans are known for being very noisy birds, especially during the breeding season. Their calls can be heard up to half a mile away. 2. Great crested grebe. The great crested grebe is a large flightless bird that lives in Africa. This species is sometimes split into 2 separate species, the great crested grebe and the South Africa crested grebe. They inhabit large lakes and marshes and feed mainly on aquatic invertebrates, fish, and amphibians. They usually feed by diving, but will also surface dive for their prey. Their legs are short and stout with webbed feet, which help them to paddle in the water. They have dense, soft feathers that help to keep them warm in cold water, and their diet consists mainly of mollusks, crustaceans, and fish. 1. The bird of paradise. The bird of paradise is such a stunning creature, right? With its vibrant colors and crazy feathers, it really stands out in the jungle. You can't help but be amazed by its beauty. Birds of paradise are known for their spectacularly colorful feathers, particularly in males, which have evolved elaborate shapes and vibrant colors to attract females during mating displays. There are over 40 species of birds of paradise, primarily found in New Guinea and nearby islands. One of the most fascinating aspects of birds of paradise is their complex and theatrical mating dances. Males often clear a display area on the forest floor and perform highly choreographed movements, which can include spreading elaborate feather plumes, rapid footwork, and striking poses to impress females. The feathers of birds of paradise have been highly prized by indigenous people for centuries, often used in traditional headdresses and ceremonial adornments. In fact, these feathers once fueled trade and global fascination with these birds Birds of paradise exhibit one of the most extreme cases of sexual selection in nature, where the preference of females has driven males to develop increasingly extravagant plumage and behaviors over millions of years. These unique traits make the bird of paradise not only a symbol of natural beauty, but also a fascinating subject of study in evolution and animal behavior. That's all for now. Thank you for watching.